I guess, well, see, I'll start from when I arrived. So when I arrived at the Memorial Park where it was held, like Winter Rock, there was like a giant, like US flag that was hanging from like two cranes. And then everyone was like in a single file line to get into the event. You had to pass like a security, I guess it would be like a checkpoint, like a security checkpoint to actually get inside. And this was like a advertised as a public community event. So anyone was welcome to come. Yeah, so once you get past the security point, then it was just open. And there were tents that were aligning, like kind of enclosing the crowd. And that's when I started noticing all the snipers. And people were pointing them out too. They were just like, hey, check it out. There's snipers like on this building, on that building, in the actual like monument itself, Winter Rock. So that was unnerving to see that. And honestly, if it just there was like a sort of eerie feeling being inside. Um, and I guess at first I was trying to just get my bearings, and just like whoa, what does this all say about um how we view politics, or like our approach to politics, how we I guess like the I don't know how to say it, but like the treatment of the people when like a non-native is invited to speak, you know? So it's I just thought like, oh, like this isn't normal. This isn't normal to direct snipers to point at the people, to the people that you're the people of the homelands you're visiting. um you know so it was very hot that day as well. There was food, and I want to say they delayed the speeches by an hour. So everyone literally waited all day to hear Wall speak, plus the other speakers. And there was just a lot of conversations in the crowd um, about, like Trump and Harris, and, who's Republican, who's Democrat. Yeah, so it was very much like that was very much like the focus. And then they had signs that said like "Yeah, man" for Trump. um, I think by mid afternoon, everyone was just really tired, and they were, starting to shout for Walz to come on because they were getting impatient, which is totally understandable. Once Walz came on, I like interrupted his speech. There were about four people who were trying to remove me. But they grabbed like my jacket from the back, and then they grabbed my arms, and they were just like pulling me in different directions. They tried to take, I was holding a Palestinian flag, and they tried to take the flag from me. And then they started like pushing me out. So, and then they started like taking me out, like removing me completely from the crowd. They didn't say anything until I was almost like at the exit, or where I entered from. And so they were just talking amongst each other about like what to do with me. Like, who do they take me to? Like, like which police officer, because there was a lot of like police there. There was tribal police. I also saw police from Page, and there were other officers that were geared up, like dressed in almost like a green or like brown bulletproof vests, and they had guns, like the whole thing. So then they decided to take me to the tribal police, and then that's where they like took my information, and they escorted me out of the event completely. And when I got out, they also they didn't allow anybody else to come into the event, so they closed it. And so there was other people who were waiting outside that were wanting to get into the event, but they couldn't.